Hello everybody, my name is Velia and I'm going to take you through some of the cool things that we learned during Slootbag's Twitch interview with Ian as a hostess, aka Watcher, during Gamescom today. So I'm just going to jump right into it. What we learned, or one of the things that we learned, is that Karazhan is very important to the overall Legion storyline. He actually said that Karazhan is super central, and as well as the Guardian Medivh. I find this really interesting as Medivh is actually one of my favorite lore characters. However, it's not super surprising. His mother, Aegwynn, was actually the person who made the Tomb of Sargeras after she defeated the Avatar of Sargeras. And as you guys all know, through doing the Broken Shore questline and watching some of the cinematics before and after, if you've done the Demon Hunter storyline as well, the Tomb of Sargeras is a big player in some of the Legion quest lines. So yeah, it's no secret at all that that Medivh is connected to Sargeras, who is the leader of the Burning Legion, who is kind of important to the expansion Legion. So yep. So what he said was Karazhan is going to be released as a epic dungeon, is how he described it. He said it's almost like a 5-man raid, which is really cool. And he said that it's going to have 9 bosses, which I find really interesting. I hope they do make it different than the raid, but we'll just have to wait and see if they change up the bosses, if they change up the boss fights. Regardless, Karazhan is a fan favorite, and I know that a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia feelings about Karazhan if you played during the Burning Crusade expansion, so seeing that come back is really exciting for a lot of people. Moving on. He also said that while the main, point of 7.1, which is the return of Karazhan, is Karazhan, there's also going to be a raid that's going to be released, which is going to be a raid between the Emerald Nightmare and the other raid that we knew about called Nighthold. So this one's going to take place in between the two of those, which means that's when the patch is going to drop, which is really cool. I'm excited to see what we get in that raid. He said that it would finish off the storyline and the basically sum up the quest line for Stormheim. So if you guys haven't seen any Twitch streams of the beta, or seen any YouTube videos, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but I would recommend sort of watching and a playthrough. It wouldn't take you too long to sort of see a playthrough of the Stormheim questline and get familiar with the story. And he said, and more. This will hit the PTR, this patch will hit the PTR right after Legion launches, which is really exciting, although I feel like everyone's going to be too busy with Legion and leveling all their characters to really spend too much time on the PTR, but there will definitely be people who will be doing that. Flipping my notes here. Something that I wanted to mention is one of the things that I thought was the coolest. Mentioned during the stream was that Watcher made a point to say, like, he was like, I have to say this. Look, we're not just front loading the beginning of the expansion with all this cool content. It sounds like there's a lot of cool stuff happening right in the beginning of Legion. He's like, I don't want you guys to start thinking that we're just front loading the expansion with content. We're going to keep that up. He says, quote unquote, we got you. So he's like, I understand the concern, but basically he said there's no reason to be concerned. I got you covered. So that's really great. I feel like, from my experience playing on the beta, from my experience, watching these dev interviews that Blizzard has been having recently on Twitch, watching something like this, an interview between him and basically a community influencer, it really does sound like the developers are, taking in our feedback and, for what we thought of Draenor with the lack of content. They're taking that into consideration and they're really trying to do something about it, and they're addressing it. So I think that's great. It makes me excited for Legion and what's to come. Again, I don't want to get too hyped because, like everyone else, I was super duper hyped for Warlords of Draenor, and we all saw what happened. But I am tentatively optimistic from everything that I have heard them say in streams, everything that I've read in a blue post. So yeah, you guys can let me know in the comments below what you think Medivh's role is going to be in Legion. You can also let me know what you think about, you know, being slightly optimistic or still keeping that reserve for Legion. You know, how are you feeling about the expansion? Are you giving into the hype? Or, you know, are you still sort of scarred, I guess, from Warlords of Draenor? You can let me know. So thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye!